Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. And oy vey, I have been in a great amount of pain. I still cannot get this knot out, and sitting down, the only position I can find that's even halfway tolerable is to let this arm dangle. And that's not even something I can do for long. Thumbs up, and hey, front loading of videos. If you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. Oh, excuse me. I updated my page here. I only go like 2 days at a time. So these are beautiful and awesome Patreon patrons. And if you'd like to become a Patreon patron and help keep me and my aging pet metabolizing, I have links to the Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link that I still have not been able to update with everything happening. And so joy, front loading of videos, over, yay. I walked up to Walmart at like 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I bought a package of 3 tennis balls that was luckily under $2. And I have been going up against the wall and just leaning into the tennis ball and rolling it around on my back, and yeah, there's a section, when I get to it, it just feels like it's a knot made out of pencil, that when I get close to it, it just goes squidge over to the side and squidge back over this way. And if I manage to pin it down, oh boy, is it murder. So there is a harsh bit of adhesion up there that I'm not able to break up yet. Still, the worst part about this though, oh my god, I can't remember if I mentioned what was going on here. 2 years after my wife died, approximately 2016, I severed my radial nerve right here, so that this arm was paralyzed, this hand was paralyzed. I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention it again in the future, but I completely severed it. They tested by running, putting a metal probe here into the nerve, metal probe here into the nerve, running electricity, and then seeing if there was a connection. There was none. My hand was just dead. When it was starting to heal, because the signals weren't going through properly, all these muscles here were so tight. They were hard as rock, just this far away from cramping. If I accidentally bumped them or walked into something, it was horrific. One time I walked into a door frame, had a bit of smack across the entire front, and from here to here was agony. That cleared up. Unfortunately, even this morning, right where this thing is, right here, where the adhesion is, it is connected right here so that I am having muscle spasms and more right where I severed the nerve. Yeah, it's healed. Mostly. There's scar tissue. The signals don't get through properly. This nerve is getting really inflamed at the injury spot. These muscles are getting super tight. They are just this far away from cramping. This muscle right here is just, it's moving underneath my fingers, trying to get tight enough to cramp. Oh my God. If it was only this, that'd be one thing. But having it inflame the nerves to get all this so that I don't dare bump that arm now. It will be agony for at least an hour. Oh, so yeah, I've gone, even this morning I was out there in the hallway with the tennis ball between me and the wall and smashing this thing, trying desperately to break up the tissues, get those adhesions broke up. If I can't, I'm gonna have to try. I mean, I can't pay to go to some place for massage therapy. I can't pay for that, but that's what I need. I need the tissues broken up. I need something to break that up so that they can heal and get apart. But the best I'd get if I went to the ER would be like a muscle relaxer. And that's not going to help. So, yay. Oh, I slept on one side last night with a pillow propped up to try and best position this arm. I had to drug myself with a Benadryl. Luckily it worked. I went to bed at 10 o'clock. So I've been out of bed since 4. I would have been up earlier if I hadn't taken the Benadryl. Standing is a little better. A little better. Not a ton. But I can't just stand like in this room for any more than 20 minutes. I have to go walking because I can only stand for so long before my back is killing me. So I can't just stand to take care of this so it doesn't hurt because I sit. And then I can only lie on one side, so I can't just lie down for too long. Oh, life is just a nightmare. I swear. At least, my leg is doing better. It was swollen last night when I went to bed, but it's been swollen since this started. It's a lot less. When I woke up this morning, they both looked essentially the same. There was just the slightest bit of swelling on the left leg. When I was putting on my support stockings this morning, I could squish all around my ankle and it did not hurt. So I think I may have gotten it. But there's still a little discomfort here and there when I walk, so it's not out yet. And it could come back at any time. So I'm not going to be totally enthusiastic about the possibility, but it may be. It is I think I'm like 90% sure I'm out of the woods now on my leg with the cellulitis. So that part's good. Let me take a look at my list here. I actually did write some things down. Luckily, again, that I am at least partially ambidextrous, so I can use my mouse with my left hand. That at least is not an issue. Yeah, yesterday, oh my god, it was bad. So I mean, I fell asleep a little bit, and then I had to get up and do some walking, so I went to Walmart early and then just But the one big thing I wanted to talk about is a thing that I watched this morning. These people were doing a reaction type thing to something that used to be on Adult Swim. It was like Mike Tyson mystery something. And it was like a parody of Scooby-Doo stuff using actual Mike Tyson. And it was Mike Tyson as the cartoon character. They were just making fun of this thing because it was they had absurdist, surrealist humor in it. I thought it was awesome. Everything that they were going, oh, this is ridiculous, was great. Because he had, in the show, an adopted, homeschooled Korean daughter. And the entire joke through all of this was anytime anything Asian came up, it was thrown at the daughter, who, of course, was irritated by just the casual racism of all this. But it would be like, oh, this is in Chinese. What does it say? You know, you're Korean? And it was just, And at one point they were talking to a Chinese person and there was heavy Chinese accenting. And so Mike Tyson turns to his Korean daughter and says, tell this person this. And so she just turns to him and says exactly what he said in English as well, because he wasn't speaking a different thing. So it's like, oh, I want to tell you that teddy bears are brown. Oh my God. Young Lee, tell him teddy bears are brown. Teddy bears are brown? And they were making fun of that, but I thought that kind of absurdist humor is perfect. Perfect. I don't know how many episodes there were of this thing, but it was absurdist humor to the maximum. Very, very good thing. Past that, not much. I went walkies up to Walmart so I could get those tennis balls early yesterday, as I had mentioned. And I have been trying to smash this thing out with the tennis balls. And I have not really been able to think of anything creative because this is just everything. It is constantly in the forefront. It is almost impossible to ignore because every time I start to ignore it, it comes racing back with just horrific pain. I've tried to think of like things about Utok and the King in Crimson. I've tried to remember things that have gone in the past. I have been thinking, as mentioned before, like I think I mentioned it once a couple of weeks back. I am revisiting a lot of stuff just so I don't forget, and things like the Abernathy beast that has to destroy so many people before it can try to fade into death again, and how the king is. Well, there's a long story on that. I am just not able to concentrate well on anything right now, and I am so sorry. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm certainly not happy about it. I'm continue trying to crush it out with the tennis balls, and I'm continuously trying to do what I can. I take as much cannabis as I can, but I can only buy dirt weed basically, and I've got a very limited budget because I have to buy food and all sorts of things like that. So I've got a very limited budget. I can't just toke out as much as I want for pain control. So, joy. I hate to be just talking about depressing and awful things. But good God, I mean, I get the cellulitis, and then I get it again, and my computer breaks down, and then when I'm trying to get everything fixed up and my leg's almost ready, this is happening. It's like, this has been my life. There's never been an end. There's never been a chance just to catch my breath. So, that's life. I mean, you can either fixate on things or not. And I try not to fixate on horrible things anymore, and I try not to fixate on this, but it's hard not to, since as stated, it keeps roaring into the forefront of my consciousness as it starts to hurt again. Because letting go of this, there is no position I can take sitting in any chair that makes this stop hurting. Partially it works when I'm standing. Partially. Mostly because I'm walking and moving, and I can momentarily stop thinking about this for short periods of time. I am so sorry that this has turned into a whine, moan, and bitch-a-thon about how much pain I'm having, but it's the forefront of everything that's happening to me right now. And since I can only feel what I'm feeling, I am feeling this, and while it may be only interesting to me, and I don't even put it on the interesting side as in fun interesting, but interesting as it's taking up all of my interest, like it or not, I am very sorry that I'm not able to talk about other things and do other things. I can't even do things properly with my computer to keep myself entertained. I can't play games. Reaching my arm forward to grab and do anything is torture. Trying to use a controller is painful. It is less painful, but during the 50 minutes that I accidentally recorded, I didn't mean to record quite that much, but I got too wrapped up in what I was doing. During the 50 minutes that I was sitting here playing with the controller, every time I said, "Oh, my shoulder hurts," I had to stop. And I was just stretching out to try and make it stop hurting. And then I go, oh, and then back down into it with the controller as best I could until I couldn't anymore. So yeah, life is fun, and my sincere apologies that I am fixated on this. Such is life. Such is life. Hopefully I haven't been exposing too much of my flashy and flabby body. Thumbs up. So essentially that is it. I haven't really been able to think of creative stuff other than trying to go over things that I had gone over before in my head just so I don't forget. But past that, yeah. So I'm going to open up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And I'm not going to count on either hand because I've only got one hand to move the page with the mouse with. So, yay! And then, of course, I got to take off my glasses so I can see the screen at this distance. Now, we have Sam W2, who actually says of my road playthrough of Dead Island 1 Definitive Edition, why play the worst one? I actually don't know what that comment means, because it's not, I mean, the worst one of what? Of the 2 games? Of 3 games? Of 4 games? What are you comparing it to? The worst one of what? But that's just one person, because I have had lots of people go through and otherwise say, thank you for playing this. It is really a good game. It brings back a lot of memories. Which, Chris, thumbs up and thank you. And there is Alien 2004, who is talking about, once again, loves the game and was hoping to check out Dead Island 2. I would like to do Dead Island 2. I can't buy it. I mean, I'm not going to have enough money to buy food all month. I can't buy a game like that. I mean, especially at prices these days. So, I'd love to. I just can't ever buy it until it comes down to a price that I can afford. So, I'll probably never be able to do so. We have It's Roulette, thumbs up, thank you. And no. Oh, that knot in my back. I wish I could crush that thing out of there. Get those fibers broken up. Ay, good to see you though. Thumbs up and thank you. JAYY. Oh, I would sure love for some kind of pain relief. It would be awesome. There is Vortex, who's asking me to continue playing Dead Island, and I sure plan on doing so. Best I can. Rick Jazzy Roll, who is thanking me again for playing the game. There's Tommy Copeland. Good to see you in the comments. Thumbs up and thank you. Flora Mew. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, I had actually asked my doctor about the whole my heart hurts thing afterward. Now again, this was decades back, but I do remember quite clearly he telling me, it's like, yeah, that's a very common thing, the cardiac pain thing. So yeah, I mean, I haven't had any issues since then, but it's something that can happen. I've been very careful and very paranoid and trying to make sure I get the right strain so it doesn't hurt. But thumbs up. There is 77 Arcturus, thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Good to see you. Nexar EH, thumbs up. And I don't know what else to do for pain. I mean, I stay away from Tylenol because it's so dangerous. I take it as careful as I can with the ibuprofen, because again, I know it's hard on my kidneys, but I really don't want to destroy what's left of my liver by taking Tylenol. I smoke cannabis as much as I can. I don't know what else there is for pain that I can use. There is Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. There is Jesse Koskinen, greatly appreciated, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. Absolutely everyone who has left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short period of time. And right now, good golly, Miss Molly, I need all the distraction I can get. Ay. So, yeah, I'm going to be taking it as easy as I can today. I'm going to be doing more walking than I would like because, oh God, this is just not doing good. As soon as I finish recording, I got to stand up. This is just killing me. So, yay. Let me turn on my controller here. I'll say this part so I don't forget it. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. I can't even remember how I end these things anymore. It's like, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. Now, of course, I'm going to have to use this side. So, yeah, you take care. I'm going to do what I can. I mean, I can't play anything on my computer because I can't bring this arm forward and use a keyboard or mouse, which means I have to use controller, and even then, I'll see you. Here, I'll try and put this up so better contrast against something. Yay!